Now let me to present Valentina Dediu, Rector of New Europe College, one of the famous academic NGOs in Romania.
Thank you very much, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be here, especially because I represent somehow an eccentric position. Because New Europe College Institute for Advanced Study is not a state institution. It's an international college founded in 1994 by Andrei Pleșu, writer, former Ministry of Culture, former Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He won then a prize, a New Europe Prize, granted by some institutes for advanced studies, among them Wissenschaftskolleg zu Berlin or Princeton. And he grounded in Bucharest this then small institution, which became larger. I like very much this metaphor. Me being a musicologist, New Europe College started in a chamber music way, and today it's a kind of a symphonic endeavor. We never proposed to be, to do something in the realm of cultural diplomacy, but I think we succeeded to do this because nowadays we have some programs which are directed to scholars from the Black Sea area, from the Western Balkans, from areas which are very important, and our financiers, our founders, see Bucharest and Europe College like a bridge, east-western bridge, very appropriate to develop such programs. I'd like only to tell you something, not very many informations about New Europe College, only that the fellowships, the scholars here are only in the humanities and social sciences, that we have now, around 700 fellows since 1994. And I am a rector since 2014 when Andrei Pleșu stepped down. We also focus research groups and research grants. We are one of the 2 institutions in Romania who won European research grants. So it's a good place to be. The question I asked myself when I became rector of this very prestigious institution was, how does NEC look today, 20 years after it was founded? As I said, it was developed from a chamber into a symphony college. It started with 5 and then 10 humanities scholarships for Romanians, and now it has reached almost 40 scholarships a year, awarded to young researchers from all over the world, the countries I told you about, but from all over the world, Africa included. It had a number of fundamental ideas laid down systematically by its founder, Andrei Pleșu, which were not defined in terms of the current strategic language of cultural management, but which in effect became management strategies. The continuation of such ideas seems to me essential in order to preserve the core of such an institute of advanced study. In the first place, it was a question of the creation of a cultural elite in post-communist Romania, as well as in a world where then it was no longer politically correct to talk about elites. This is what has happened, perhaps to a greater extent than we anticipated. Spectacularly, from among the more than 700 NEC fellowships have been appointed, one after the other, rectors, deputy rectors, deans of institutions of higher education, secretaries of states, ministers, ambassadors, and even a prime minister of Romania in recent years. Some of them are here in this hall. Such representatives of the elite are the most visible publicly, but we do not limit ourselves only to them. Some of Romania's leading writers, sociologists, historians, and philosophers have also been through the NEC experience. Their subsequent careers, publications, awards, and above all the spirit that many of them have been able to imprint on their own university teaching, all bear the hallmark of the New Europe College. What can we look forward to? Is it still possible to speak of building an elite? The answer can only be yes, if it means constantly finding research projects and scholarship students capable of changing their professional environment and surroundings, who are adapted to their period without wholly approving of it, who are critical and creative, ingenious and thorough in their research. Interdisciplinary experience and the mode of communication at the Wednesdays seminars at the New Europe College, at the conferences held here, at lunches, at more or less spontaneous focus groups, will continue to shape the attitude that creates this institute's unique atmosphere. A thing of this kind must not be lost, but rather developed. In the spirit of the times, we might also add the emphasis placed on areas of research hitherto little explored, ranging from economics to the juridical studies, but the essence of the dialogue between the scholarship students must remain the same. Political theory should not seem dry to a musicologist, and looking at a visual artist's work should open up new perspectives for an economist. From the outset, the European model was the horizon towards which the New Europe College directed its gaze when structuring its projects. Thanks to funding that came mostly from Switzerland, Germany, and Austria, New Europe College was able to maintain its independence from the Romanian higher education system, and this is why, even today, 22 years on, it has remained an institution whose profile is unique in Romania. At the same time, the collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Research that commenced with the granting of the Odobleja scholarships since 2010 provides young Romanian researchers with a chance of undertaking periods of postdoctoral study at the New Europe College. And I have to especially thank Minister Adrian Curaj, who was, when these scholarships were founded, he was the head of the National Unit for Financing Higher Education in Romania, and he was one of the few officials who understood really the importance of such an institute. The interdisciplinary dialogue between our fellows, with its deference and its politeness towards the interlocutor, and communication between New Europe College scholars and staff both arise from the working attitude that was laid down from the very first. I'd like to quote something from Andrei Pleșu. Let us be dynamic, flexible, unpredictable. Let us preserve our independence, honor, and humor. Let us always add cheerfulness to industriousness. Thank you very much.